And welcome here to Bedford High School in Bedford, New Hampshire. On this Wednesday evening, we're ready for playoffs. My name is Corey Munster-Tiger. I'm here with Bill Klein. We're going to bring you tonight's varsity game from the Bedford Bulldogs as they take on the visiting Portsmouth Clippers. Bill, a lot of excitement. We're into playoffs.
We are. It seems like every team in Bedford's playing off right now. We got the middle school Friday evening, I think it is, or no, Friday afternoon. Friday afternoon. The girls are going to be back after winning last night. They won 5-0 over Nashua. I think it was Nashua North, and I may be confusing that with something else. But anyway, they won 5-0. Interesting fact here: we got Diaz on the field 2 nights in a row. We've got brother-sister combo. Sister scored. I think also had an assist last night. It was a beautiful. Her goal was an amazing shot, blast. But this, I'm gonna say 2-1. Bedford's my best guess.
Wow.
Portsmouth comes in 8-4-4. Bedford comes in with a record of 11-5, seeded 8th. Portsmouth is 9th. So this is the real rubber match in the middle. We'll share some information with you shortly after the game gets started on some other games that have finished. But the Portsmouth squad did qualify for the tournament last year in the first round. Corey, they pulled the only upset in far as the initial seeding goes and won the first match and then lost. Bedford was not in the tournament last year, so they're on the field for the first time in a few years, and I think it's looking to be a very, very good match. Similar type of scoring defenses. And take it away, Corey.
No problem. I appreciate it. Great introduction there from Mr. Bill Klein, my partner here in the booth. Portsmouth will kick off. Coach Pepper has his team in home black. Visiting Portsmouth are in all white. And we are underway here in the first round of the playoffs. Winner gets to take on Wyndham on Sunday, who earned a bye with their #1 seed heading into the tournament throughout regular season play.
I believe that's a 2 o'clock kickoff down there.
We expect to see the teams kind of feeling each other out here early.
Speaking of feeling each other out, just a few weeks ago, it was 2-0. Bedford over Portsmouth, by the way. I meant to mention that at the opening.
Early action here has been in Bedford's offensive half, but now fielded by Charlie Horgan. Press forward. Starting lineup here for the Bulldogs, we have Derek Walensky in goal, Richie Black on D, along with Eli Kaplow, Griffin Middleton at midfield, Tavis Wallace also at midfield, Gavin Diaz listed at striker along with Grayson Grenier. Elliot Tessiera is listed as a defender. I think he plays more on that sitting midfield kind of position, more of that holding midfielder, defensive oriented. Cole Deal listed as a striker on the roster. Good chance here for Portsmouth early. Shanked a bit high and wide, but great push there early for the Clippers.
Very nice pass in from down near the goal line back towards the penalty kick mark, where Portsmouth player was positioned quite well, but just did not connect with the ball the way he would have liked to.
Saw that nice pattern of play on that replay all the way down towards that end line and crossed right through the middle, but Clippers could not get a foot on it solidly. It was Zach Amend with the chance in the penalty area.
Point out that we're lucky to have Dale Bird with us this evening back at the studio with the replay. Isn't the easiest thing to do.
Appreciate that, Dale.
Hey. And Andrew, super cameraman up here in the booth with us.
Appreciate you too, Andrew.
Yes,
Eli Kaplow with a deep ball down the right side. Looking for Tulin. Jack Tulin. 5 goals and 3 assists on the year for Tulin. Had a 2-goal affair earlier this season, as Bill and I were able to witness that one. Outstanding effort throughout the season. Tulin feeds to Wallace, tries to get down that right side. Through the middle, Diaz with an effort, just to the left. Not a bad strike. You can see this little feed off of Tavis Wallace driving here. Sees Diaz pop open. Two touch, can't quite get it on the cage. But you don't mind seeing him pull the trigger from that distance.
We got similar, maybe a little warmer this evening than it was last night. There's been a bit of a mist or rain earlier, but now it's stopped again. Feels just a little slick.
It's been very humid the last 2 days. A lot of rain as well as mist and fog, causing some soggy fields across New Hampshire. Opportunity here for Bedford, and they capitalize. Goal! Cold Deal along that left wing. Excellent feed. And Deal is able to cash early inside 5 minutes to play.
You can see this run down
kickoff.
the left wing and just takes it. Takes a great shot that keeper didn't have a chance to put a hand on at all.
Beautiful start. That's Cold Deal's 10th goal of the season.
And a footnote to that, the official on this side, the lead official, was in great position to see that it was not offsides, if any of the Portsmouth people were wondering. And
there was a defender back, especially at the strike of the ball. Great assist, too. I'm not quite sure I saw who actually played that ball down that left wing, but Deal was able to run onto it and capitalize with a beautiful strike to the far corner. Heard here from the announcer that Elliot Teixeira got the assist there. On a beautiful lead pass down that left wing. Clippers now are looking to answer that. That's Horgan in the middle. Off to Coviello. Now the Clippers can't capitalize again. Oh, great chance there. If we can get a replay on that, Dale.
Yes, absolutely.
Outstanding opportunity. Coviello with the through ball, and Amend again was with the ball inside the penalty area.
Unfortunately, we didn't get the replay on that, but it was fantastic opportunity. It looked like, I'd say, it surprised it wasn't a score.
Diaz puts pressure on there and earns a throw in for the Bulldogs. Tulin back to Wallace now. Good cut. Tulin knifes into the middle, tries to get it out wide for Diaz, but that is intercepted. That's Gar Hindle with playing his angles quite well on the back line for the Clippers. Off of Grenier's head. So it will be another Clipper throw. Stepped up nicely there by Teixeira. Disrupts the flow with Briggs Catino.
Elliot Teixeira seems to play more of the field than any other player for Bedford. He's all over the place. I know that he has been started in forward, midfield, and back, but even just during the games, he for some reason is allowed to roam. He's the free agent out there.
Yeah, that holding midfield position allows for some of that flexibility. He can push forward when he has a great opportunity, but trying to play more defensive-minded, especially here early in the game.
He certainly has the full skill package, which is similar to just about every other player out there for Bedford. Amazing squad of young men.
Beautiful pass there by Teixeira up to Grenier. Bulldogs getting a little bit of possession here. Deal plays it back. Playing the diagonal, but the Clippers step up on defense. That was Hindle that stepped up to disrupt that. And now Deal.
Oh, no. Really?
Far side, that's Honda. Earns the Clippers throw in. So 1-0 early on a beautiful strike by Cole Deal in the 5th minute.
And Cole Deal is the leading scorer on the team. He has 9 goals during the season. Give him 19 points with a 1 assist that he also has. And Gavin Diaz, number 2, with 18 total points, 5 goals, but he's a big playmaker. He's got 8 assists, leader in that category.
Sure, we'll see his playmaking abilities throughout the game tonight. Referee paused momentarily there in the play-on situation as the Bedford Bulldogs lost possession, so he does blow it down. Free kick for the Bulldogs. That was Deal's 10th goal on the season, 9 during the regular season, and now 1 here in the playoffs. They look for him along that left wing again. Tries to earn the corner, but can't quite do it.
Yeah, unfortunately, that ball struck straight down the field. It's so difficult to catch up to. You just put a little bit of angle to it anywhere. Makes it much easier for one of the attackers to sprint to it. Oh, this is
Tulin
nice.
Now. Gets it off, lefty, blocked in front by a defender. Diaz now with a strike, beautiful save. That was a position save there by Nico Kuna.
Corner. Dangerous corner here in the replay. You see the touch back to Diaz for the shot, the rebound from the keeper.
A great job by Diaz keeping that ball low and driving it hard at the cage. Teixeira now with the corner. Lost it in beautifully. A couple Bulldogs whiff on their way by. Can't quite get ahead on it.
That outside position that Diaz was in, I got to comment real quick on. I really like that because early in the season, I noticed that the Bedford players tended to be too tight towards the middle of the field. They did not have a player wide to take advantage of that type of a ball. That was a great shot too. He laid into that every pound of that that big little body. I'll tell you.
Generates a lot of power out of that small frame of his, but has some nifty moves too to go along with that power. Speed galore, as we all know, as we've seen throughout the season. Deal here along that left wing, battling, but the Clippers defend well. That was Trevor Stacy over there on D. 10 minutes in, 1-0 is your score. On a goal by Cole Deal from the goalie's top right. Beautiful ball in by Elliot Teixeira. Bulldogs will earn a throw deep in Clipper territory.
The 3 games that were played earlier this afternoon that we've got the results for, all the higher seed team prevailed. One of the games went to penalty kicks. And that game just finished probably just like 15 minutes ago, where National North beat Londonderry. North was 3 seed, Londonderry was 14 seed. Game played at North, obviously. The other 2 games, Exeter and Hanover won. Exeter beat Pinkerton, and Hanover survived number 12 Concord. Those 4 and 6 seeds.
Diaz pressing now out wide to Tulin. Defended nicely by Hindle. Again, Tulin. Slide tackle in the box, can't quite regain possession. Amend now, serves it out wide nicely. Honda with the deep ball, that's too deep. As Walensky was out at the top of the box and fields that easily on 1 bounce.
Yeah, it looked like it was close to being offsides, but the referee was in perfect position, put his arm out immediately. It indicated he was good to go.
Walensky's punt goes out near midfield. Clippers put a couple of heads on it, and now they're down the left wing. Nice job by Tavis Wallace there on the near sideline, angling his competitor out and shielding the ball out, earning the throw.
The official on this side of the field His father is the longest-serving soccer signer from New Hampshire. Also has done basketball for many, many years. And I believe he still might be officiating. I'm not 100% positive. But his son, Eric, this referee, so far, he's looked pretty good to me, taking after his dad.
Nice turn there by Grayson Grenier, but then defended off.
Unfortunately, the Bedford girls field hockey did not make it through the first round of the playoffs. They lost in a game played out in Dover. But tomorrow night, the undefeated and first-ranked Bedford Bulldog volleyball team, the girls, will play after having received a bye in the first round. They've got a 6 o'clock match here at Bedford High School.
Some ping pong action here right in midfield. This ball is getting bounced around significantly. Now Honda comes out of it for the Clippers. Only briefly. Now the Bulldogs send it back down that left wing. Grenier coming on hard.
Seen a little more use of hands, arms are out and whatnot, but both officials seem to be on the same plate here and the calling it the same way. And the players seem to not be concerned about that at all. It's been a great game, and the few fouls that we've had have been very clear. Good calls.
You like to see that, especially in the playoff type atmosphere. You don't want the officials determining too much of the game. Obviously, the clear and obvious fouls you want called, but let the boys play. We know that this is a contact sport, physical in nature. Certainly at the younger levels, a lot of the contact would be called. But these are high school players and more physically developed and ready for the physical type play. Tulin now near side. Serves it into the middle. Grenier back to Tulin. Can't get a strike on it though. At least not yet. Nicely played by the defender. He did have his hands out and away from himself, but not enough to be called.
If that's where the referees have drawn the line, it's borderline consistent. Anything more than that, though, I would expect to see the whistle blow. But the Bedford attacker did not actually go down or anything. If he had, I think you probably would have seen the whistle blow. Or heard the whistle blow, excuse me.
No problem. Ball into the middle there by Wallace. Deal was close, but defended nicely back there. And now the Bulldogs will have a corner.
Early this season, they did not do any short corners, but then towards the middle of the season, they started playing some short corners. This doesn't look like there's anyone over near them.
Help me with the short corner. That is one of the things that drives me crazy. I never, ever have seen a short corner do anything.
Oh, my gosh. It can. You've got two players.
No, I understand how it works.
I'm holding my breath right now. The ball's in the air inside the goal area.
Deal now. Trying. Heavy touch here by the Clippers. Slide tackle out there by Eli Caplow, and now played out of bounds by Wallace. Clippers trying to put a counterattack together here after that corner. Squirts through to Amen, but Diaz intercepts.
Nice sliding tackle prior to that, which was not called as either dangerous or a kicking the other player. He kept his cleats down low along the ground and clearly was playing the ball, not the player. Nice no call.
Grenier up to Deal. Deal wide now to Tulin. Tulin serves it across. Looking for Teixeira, can't find him. And volleyed out of bounds.
Ooh, goal kick.
I believe that was Middleton over there.
See this again, the replay's on. Here's a cross. And a nice sprint to the ball there.
That might have actually been Richie Black all the way up there.
That short corner thing, I don't remember when players actually started using it, but part of it, I think, is a surprise element to try to just disrupt the players that are standing ready to have that ball. Nice replay. Thanks, by the way, there. But you can end up drawing more than one defender out of the goal mouth, and if you can do that and then chip the ball in, you may have a player advantage.
I'll be honest with you, I've seen a lot of soccer played, and I have yet to see a very well executed short corner.
Well, let's see if we can get one tonight.
Okay.
Let's radio down to the sideline.
All right.
Coach Pepper to tell the boys to do it.
Whereas I frequently see headers and volleys when that ball is served in nicely to around that 6-yard box, just out of reach of the goalie. Beautiful scoring area. The oncoming players get ahead, knee, shoulder, whatever it is, they're able to deflect it down towards the goal.
I'd say that the other two possibilities that come out of that are getting the ball further in towards the goal post, the upright, and then doing a back pass to a player that's at the penalty line, at the 18, so to speak, or keeping it along the line and just banging it into the goal mouth and possibly just get a lucky rebound.
Meanwhile, some more pinball action here around midfield. Good flick on there by Grenier. Clippers having some trouble clearing it off that back line. Good physical play by Teixeira. He's been shielding that ball away, tackling nicely on 50-50 balls. Same that we see just here from Grenier. Diaz now tries to get it wide, but that's kicked away. Amen trips over the ball. Now stepping up nicely for the Clippers is Trevor Stacy, serving it out wide. I believe that's Briggs Catino pushing up the right wing for the Clippers.
Whistle blows.
Well, that's a clear and obvious trip there.
And I was just thinking that the comment that let them play, let the players decide the game. Referees not interfering, blowing the whistle too much. And, as long as the players don't respond to some of the fouls in a aggressive and going back after somebody else, retaliation type play, it works out pretty good. Everybody's going to be happy, and you won't remember who the referees were tomorrow morning.
20 minutes down here in the first half of action. Bulldogs lead 1-0 over the visiting Clippers. Cole deals strike from the top right part of the penalty area on a beautiful service by Elliot Teixeira.
With a deflection for the corner over there. Another opportunity for the short corner, but I don't see any player near.
Come on, man. Please stay away from the short corner.
I'll tell I have seen the ball kicked out of bounds so many times on that first kick. The other thing is, and I don't think that I thought of it this way back years ago, but you're not going to get it kicked right out of bounds.
Well, that's fair. You take away at least one negative possibility.
Yes. And maybe open the door to more positives that you've never, ever seen before.
Never.
There's always a first time.
Man, we have to look at YouTube for the short corner because, honestly, and there's probably a beautiful montage somewhere of the short corner working, time after time when people execute it well. It is, to me, a very rare occurrence.
Do we have any extra staff around here? BCTV guru Andrew, can you work that one up?
I get the element of surprise. I do. I understand that. And if it's not defended well, then yeah, okay, fair enough. Clippers here now coming out of their own end after a goal kick. That ball will be too wide, though.
Another night game being played right now. It would appear that Nashua South is ahead of Spalding with a score of 1-0. The higher seeded team hosting Nashua South.
Nashua South has had an outstanding regular season. Defending champions. of Division One.
Now some of the spectators are questioning some of these calls now. They're getting a little louder, which the expression rabbit ears for the officials. Have you heard that before, you know?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people know what that means, and you really got to tune out the fans and do your job out there, because a fan obviously probably is a little bit more one-sided than the officials. Let's hope so anyway.
Amen. Can't track that down. It was played out wide by Raphael Taney. Sorry about pronunciation there. Eli Caplow up to Texiera. Tries to contain, but that goes out of bounds. Defended nicely there by Gonzalez. And now Hindle with the throw. All the way down the sideline. Good throw. Oh, ooh, wow. Geez, that looked like it was going over the end line for a goal kick, but it got caught up under the back seat there. We could see on the replay. Looks like you can see the Clipper player sit on it and then deflect it out over the sideline for the throw-in. That was an unusual play there.
Purely unlucky.
Now Deal along the left wing. Plays it back. Black. Deflects out of bounds. It'll be a Bedford throw.
Highlight a couple of the other the scores for Bedford here real quick. Jack Toulon is tied with Gavin, 5 goals apiece, 3 assists.
Gavin Diaz, of course.
Did I say that?
You said Gavin.
Gavin,
you know,
Gavin Diaz.
Maybe not all viewers would know Gavin by his first name, just so helping out there.
So my wife might be right as well sometimes that I think I said it and I didn't. Honey, I thought I did.
I won't comment on your marital challenges. I'm just here for the soccer. Walensky comes out. Clears that ball out of trouble for the time being. Now Toulon, nice pause there. Turns it over, but that was nicely won, and now one back. Diaz now has Teixeira to his left. He'll take a strike. Not a bad effort there. A little ambitious, but not a bad strike.
Oh, I love. If you don't shoot, you don't score. I like this one. He takes it down himself here, and then just inside the penalty area, just outside the penalty area, excuse me. It was right before. The lines there are a little confusing for me this evening.
I like to call those in some other sports a time and space shot, right? He had time, he had space, so why not pull the trigger?
Absolutely.
You get a good strike on it, you can surprise yourself.
Totally called the penalty.
Nice step there by Tavis Wallace. Intercepting nicely. Diaz out wide to Toulon now. That was volleyed by Hindle. And now in trouble area. But Nico Kuna fields that one easily. Probably could have called for the fair catch there, as that one was high in the air.
It wasn't really difficult for the keeper with that one to receive that. There was no player close enough to challenge him, and it's hard to challenge the keeper. The referees are going to protect the keepers,
as they should,
99% of the time.
As they should.
Absolutely.
They're in a vulnerable spot, looking directly at the ball, not aware of their surroundings or the challengers coming on. Wallace is able to clear this one now. Nicely there by Hobie Rolfe. I believe Hobie Rolfe is wearing 13. 13 on our roster is Will DeDeus. But we can hear the Portsmouth fans saying, nice job, Hobie. So we must make the conclusion that 13 is Hobie Rolfe. Played out of harm's way on the back line by Ethan Benjamin. Sophomore center back.
The attacks that have generated somewhat of an offensive opportunity for Portsmouth have come from long balls down both wings, I believe.
Sure, they're again that pattern of play, getting it deep along one of the wings and looking for the cross.
They've been unable to mount a significant pass control game around the midfield. Bedford has dominated totally. Goal kick.
Two early opportunities, both by Zach Amend, and was not able to get a shot on goal for the Clippers, but certainly that one early on, a very good scoring opportunity. And unfortunately, his volley went high and wide. Followed not too shortly after Bedford scored their goal was another Clipper opportunity, again by Amend, but not able to get it on cage. So the Bulldogs hold that 1-0 lead that you see on your scoreboard. Well, they call play on as the Clippers had possession of the ball.
And they got a shot off as well, fans. So if you're listening,
it was clearly a push, but as you could see, that far side official had his hand out as if to say play on. We, of course, can't hear that from here. But since the Clippers maintained possession, they let them play.
And thank you, Mr. Bird, for that replay. I didn't notice it, unfortunately. It would have been nice to see that clear possession that Corey's referring to, because that I'll tell you, that's one of the most difficult decisions to make as an official. And if you make it right, you usually look good, but not always. And he made the right call.
He sure did. And the perceived brutality was allowed to play on. Here, I believe that's Griffin Middleton that was challenging along that end line here. The Clippers may opt for a short corner here.
Looks like they are. Here we go. Let's see what happens.
Bulldogs will align themselves, and it is a short corner. Service into the middle.
Not a good second touch. Nice.
Grenier taps it out to himself, looks to beat the last Clipper defender, but can't do it. Beautiful play there by Trevor Stacy, using his big frame to shield Grenier out.
Long ball hit from the Portsmouth keeper to get it well down the field, out of harm's way.
Kuna was able to make that play. Now that's Hobie Rolfe with the header back to Kuna again. Rolled out wide to his center back.
And I'm sure most people out there probably can appreciate the fact that that head ball back to the keeper is allowable for the keeper to use his hands then, but if it had been kicked by his teammate, that would have been a indirect free kick in a very poor place to have to take it or to give it away.
Some ball back and forth here in the midfield, brought down by Wallace.
You got it, Gar. You got it, Gar. Stay with him.
Tulin now. Beautiful
Nice
turn
turn.
by
Oh,
Diaz. His touch now is going to be intercepted by Hindle. That was Colin Johnson in the middle, and now Diaz, excuse me, that was not Diaz, that was Grenier with a good opportunity here.
You see this on replay, and I'll tell you, this was
Diaz with a nice little chip for the service, and Grenier got a foot on it, but sails it high.
that follow through clearly could have been a foul in the penalty area, and I think outside the penalty area would have been a foul. Inside the penalty area, he decided that the player had the shot opportunity, got it away.
Are you telling me there's a higher threshold in the penalty area?
Yes.
Mr. Official,
Yes.
please. A foul is a foul, isn't it?
Nah, not always. Not always.
I'm baiting him into it.
You really, you do look at that in terms of, the foul that takes away a scoring opportunity. Because when you give the penalty kick, it's like, 8 out of 10 times the player's going to score. So you are restoring that opportunity that was taken away. That was a nasty foul.
Okay, so you're saying that if it's an 80% chance that the offensive player is going to score and they're fouled, then you have to call it.
No.
Am I putting words in your mouth?
No, you can't do that. You can't do that. You're not going to get away with it.
Bielecki now on the far sideline, a substitution for the Bulldogs. Was able to pull that down, make some nifty moves.
You got it, White. Settle it down. There we go.
Clippers still looking to get on the board here. Again, the Bulldogs lead 1-0. Just under 8 minutes to go in the first half.
Let's go, Portsmouth, come on!
That early goal by Cole Deal in just the 5th minute set the tone for the Bulldogs early. And they have, I wouldn't say dominated, it's been relatively back and forth. I would say the majority, a slight majority of the play has been on the Bulldogs' offensive half.
For the
Some
last,
good opportunities for sure.
For the last maybe 10 minutes, Corey, I've been trying to count to a certain extent, or get basic judgment of how many consecutive touches each team is having every time that they have that opportunity. And I think the average is only 2 for Portsmouth and 4 or 5 for Bedford.
Look at that. We have our very own Sabermetrics statistician here in the booth with us this evening. I appreciate that, Mr. Klein.
My eldest daughter, who's an analytical specialist, vice president actually of a large corporation. She took after my father, who is an incredible mathematician.
Johnson now here wide. I believe that's Bielecki. He gets tackled nicely. Diaz can't win it from Amend. I'm sorry, that was Gonzalez, not Amend. 29, not 20.
Come on, Why? You can do this, let's go!
Another substitution here for the Clippers. Charlie Horgan will trot off.
BG.
And now on the field is Ben Purcell, I believe, number 9.
Just got an update that Central is ahead of BG with a score of 2-1.
I was completely off on that substitution. That was 17, not 9. Evan Venn. I don't mind taking ownership of that. It's tough to see these numbers from our distance. Johnson now touches it wide. Tulin plays it deep. Grenier will try to run onto it. Nicely played away by Hobie Rolfe.
Nice play by Hobie.
Into the middle. They miss Diaz. Onto that is Stacy. Serves it out wide. And now the long ball.
I've heard the first name Hubie, but not a Hobie.
I believe it's Hobie. Hobie Rolfe. He's listed as 27 on our roster, but I believe he's wearing 13 this evening.
Yep. Not questioning your pronunciation. It's just that we've got Hubie McDonough, well-known hockey figure.
There you go.
But a
Hubie Brown, Hall of Fame coacher for the NBA.
Hobie Cat, a boat that
there you
floats
go.
across the water when the wind is blowing.
Wow. I mean, should we keep going here? Walensky now with the goal kick.
So just real quick, that Central BG match, 2-1 at the halftime, I believe. Central, who is...
What are the seeding matchups on that?
Central 6, BG's 11.
Okay.
So again, things so far have been pretty much in line, no upsets.
So playoffs this year for Division I soccer, 15 teams have made the playoffs. That's 70% of the teams in Division I. With that 15, we had one bye. Of course, that was Wyndham. Winner of this game this evening, 8-9 matchup, will play Wyndham on Sunday. 2 p.m., I believe, is the scheduled kickoff. And of course, Wyndham being the number 1 seed would host that game.
Wyndham beat Bedford, scored 2-0. One of Bedford's losses, and I have to check. Portsmouth was the same score. Portsmouth lost to Wyndham 2-0.
Tulin fiddles, and wow, nifty moves, get him a shot. That's a great save there by Kuna. Bulldogs earn a corner kick, but we can see here Tulin fiddling and diddling. I like to have these basketball references. Get some time and space just into the box, top left of the goalie, and puts a strike on it. Great opportunity there for Tulin.
Fiddling, diddling also sounds a little bit right for speaking about a Tulin, because a Tulin is certainly from Ireland.
There you go. That's more of my Johnny Most early in my upbringing here in New England.
Wow.
This ball's still rattling around. Cole Deal got a hit on it. No good strike, though, to put it in and cause a real threat. The corner itself was very close to that goal line. And now we have an offside as Cole Deal is in behind the last defender.
While that ball was being played and when it was served in just along the goal line, it looked to me like it was probably headed out. Surprised it didn't go out, but the official right in position. Right on the line.
Good hustle there by Deal, getting back. You'd call that a back check in hockey. Diaz now. He gets stuffed in the middle. Out wide. They're playing there for Briggs Catino. And unfortunately, Catino's touch goes into touch.
Partially because of the pressure placed on him from, is that Jack?
That's Jack Tulin, 22. Now Tavis Wallace with the throw. We're under 2 minutes here in the first half. 1-0 your score. Again, Cole Deal's early strike has the Bulldogs up.
No turn.
As we are approaching halftime.
Nice touch by Gavin for Gavin Diaz.
Catino now down the left wing. Looks to be challenged. Gets around Caplow. Benjamin comes over on the help. Ethan Benjamin, the other center back, served in. And the Clippers can't capitalize. Great opportunity there, as that was a nice ball.
Oh, boy.
Chipped into the penalty area. You could see it here deep on the left wing. Played back. And this nice chip right here. Beautiful opportunity for the Clippers. And that header goes just to the left of the cage.
He had a lot of space open there.
Evan Venn there. Yeah, absolutely. He did have space.
It was a nice run. Great ball served into him.
So the Bulldogs dodged at least one bullet there in the waning moments of the first half. Maintain their 1-0 lead. Here, a dangerous ball. Diaz clears from danger. Ooh, a tough tackle here. Two tough tackles on two Bulldog defenders. We're going to see a replay here. Diaz runs onto this ball at first, takes the shot from behind, and then another shot, I believe, by absorbed by Tulin. So two players for the Bulldogs were laying on the turf, and now we're going to be heading to halftime as we hear two whistles.
Yes.
Again, two really fantastic opportunities for the Clippers late in that first half, unable to capitalize. So your halftime score here at Bedford High School is 1-0. Again, I'm Corey Munster-Tiger for BCTV, joined in the booth this evening by Bill Klein, Andrew Fenn on camera, Dale Bird back in the studio helping us with some replays. We really appreciate the replays this evening. We are going to step away for about 9 or 10 minutes during halftime, and we'll rejoin you for second half action. Welcome back to Bedford High School in Bedford, New Hampshire, where the Bedford Bulldogs boys soccer team is hosting the Portsmouth Clippers in this first round playoff action.
Elsewhere.
Sorry. The Bulldogs lead 1-0 as we approach the second half. Go ahead, Bill. Tell us some scores around the league.
Exactly. That's where I was headed. We got Memorial, seeded 7th, is currently, I believe, at halftime or just past it, and they're beating Winnacunnet, score 2-1. That's a 7 and 10 seed. Other than that, we don't have any other changes or updates, Corey.
Bulldogs ready to kick off second half action here. Diaz plays it back. Texiera plays it long down the right side. That first half goal by Cole Deal put the Bulldogs up only 5 minutes into the game. And it's been rather evenly matched since then. Back and forth play. Deal looks to dig one out here and get a shot off, but can't quite do it. That's Richie Black coming up, kicking the ball away on the near sideline.
Kind of hope we have no more than about 39 minutes left in this match. I was doing some research online at the National Federation site that records a lot of interesting facts and data. And Corey, guess how long the longest high school boys game is in history?
Jeez, now I'm thinking
St.
of
Louis,
like
Missouri.
the 7 overtime Philadelphia Flyers playoff game. Go ahead.
Yep, 1981 out in St. Louis, Missouri. The game went for 350 minutes.
Ooh. Yeah, I agree with your sentiment. Let's hope that it's like 39 minutes left. Nice play here. Down the right wing is Briggs Catino earning a corner for the Clippers early in the second half here.
If the score is tied for some reason, that is a Madden comment here. If the score is tied, meaning that probably each team scored the same number of goals, like the score would be 1-1 or 2-2. It can't be 0-0.
Thank you, John. Good corner kick there from the near side, as that was Gar Hindle, but the Clippers couldn't get a strike on it.
But a swing and a miss on that.
Yeah, Diaz now plays it out nicely to the right wing. That's Tulin. Looks to press ahead and wait for some reinforcements. No, he's going to push ahead. A couple of great one-on-one moves. Ooh. Okay. The referee was right there, ready to make the call.
Here.
We do see the replay. Tulin again beats one defender, takes on Hobie Rolfe there again, and that right there, looked pretty tight. The referee was standing just behind both players though, so he is in position to make that call or not make the call, as was the case.
Not making the call is making a call in the minds of the officiating world. You're making a decision.
Grenier cuts it back inside, a little too strong. Rolfe now. That's near side to Coviello. And now up to Ament. Volleyed away by Benjamin. And now back to Kaplow. Turnover here right at midfield. Diaz now pushes forward. Tries to poke it past the back line to Grenier, but that was deflected away.
That first couple minutes in this half, Portsmouth certainly came out and turned things around quite a bit in terms of their ball control skills and kept the ball down there in an attacking area.
Walensky now punts it out near side, near midfield. Tackled near side, Richie Black. That was on Catino. And now the throw by Jake Lovern. And the Bulldogs earn a throw.
I was surprised how many places New Hampshire schools are in the boys' record book. Not necessarily in the first, but between the Derryfield School, and this is boys, keep in mind. Girls, we know that West High School and Central have dominated. But some of the numbers from Derryfield and Guilford High School, Hanover High School, George Merrill, coach up there for many, many years, did a fantastic job with the boys program, and then Dave Pinkham at Guilford. He's got the #2 ranking for consecutive state championships. 10 state championships in a row for Guilford High.
It's a great decade of soccer right there. Good for them.
And a great family, too. At least one or two of the boys played for UNH. And Dave's brother has been the coach at Bow High School for many years. Also a very successful program in recent history.
Foul near midfield gives the Bulldogs free kick. Kaplow plays it out wide to Wallace. Now back to Kaplow. He'll send it all the way back. Clippers are looking to press a little bit higher than they have in the first half. This ball played all the way down the field.
Another thing for Guilford and Dave Pinkham's team is back in 1999, they have the #1, the best fewest goals allowed in a season record in the country. #1, the only team ever to have allowed only 1 goal.
Wow.
I'm actually kind of surprised it's not a 0, but it's not.
Come on, Frank.
Combination of outstanding defense and phenomenal goalkeeping, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Clippers trying to put together an attack here as Ben Purcell earns the throw for the Clippers. This is Jake Lovern.
Our fearceless leader just joined us here up in the booth.
Fearceless? Oh,
Fearceless.
Oh, boy.
General Jennings.
I appreciate the pun. I'm not sure Bill does.
What did I say? Fearceless?
Fearceless.
Fearceless.
Did you mean fearless? Okay, all right.
I think I did it again, Corey.
Okay.
Did it again. That's twice tonight where I thought I said the right thing.
South is up on Spalding 2-0 right now. Boys.
The energy seems to be on the Clippers' side as they've come out with the burr in their saddle in the second half. 8 minutes.
We had reported earlier the Nashua South had a 1-0 goal advantage over Spalding, number 15. Nashua's South is number 2, and now it is 2-0. How much time is left in that, Andrew? Do you have it, or Bill?
So 2-0 at Stellos now, after that shootout earlier this evening, correct?
Yes, second game down at Stella Stadium, which is the site this year of the boys and girls soccer finals. We've been out in Exeter the last couple of years, I think, or at least last year for sure. Bill Ball Stadium, named after the coach that's still coaching football out there. Just somewhat unique, I believe.
Talk about legacy there.
Jesus, he's that big of a legacy.
We were out there a couple weeks ago as your fearceless leader that you just mentioned, Bill Jennings, and I brought the football game to the BC TV viewers.
The William Ball Stadium.
I'm not sure. Billy. Known him for, oh my God, 45 years probably.
The athletic director there at Exeter High School as well. Yes, he's a pillar of New Hampshire sports with an exceptional record with the football team. Ooh, great chance there by the Clippers. Bounces off the crossbar. Now here another shot is going to sail wide. I don't know if that clipped a defender on the way by.
I know Mr. Bird's got this one up and ready. Nice play back. Here we go.
Tipped there by Walensky.
Walensky, nice save.
And now a strike.
And that was, oh my gosh.
It does. That deflects off a defender. So the Clippers will have a corner kick here 10 minutes into the second half. And like I mentioned, the energy seems to be with the Clippers at this point. Headed out of harm's way by Jack Toulon. Well struck, but deflected out of harm's way by the Bulldogs. And now they get it out towards midfield, where the Clippers will regain possession, or perhaps not, as Cole Deal's hustle
takeaway
gives a counter-strike opportunity for the Bulldogs. Diaz now punches it out wide. And the defender there will see it out.
Goal kick.
That was Trevor Stacy.
Got a Bedford substitution.
That's Quinones coming on.
And Portsmouth certainly, like I said, towards the beginning of the second half, has come out of virtually a different team. And just saw it again.
Playoffs will do that, right? You know, it's urgency. It's a win or go home type situation, as you know, obviously you're in a knockout bracket. Amen. Nicely played off by Texiera. And then one back. That's Catino. Now in the middle. That's Gonzalez, plays down the left wing. Opportunity here is snuffed out. That was Hindle.
Bedford defender, perfect position to prevent the ball getting close to his keeper, who he's trying to protect.
Ethan Benjamin steps. Texiera now pokes it away from the Clippers' attack. And now plays it long. That's intercepted by Stacy again, Trevor Stacy. Wallace volleys it into the middle for Deal. His header goes wide though. And the Bulldogs will earn a goal kick. And looked like that was close to being out of bounds over the sideline, but
with that flurry that we just saw for the last 10 minutes from Portsmouth, their side, you know, going back to the, if we're tied at the end of regulation, you get 2 10 sudden victory periods at the most, obviously, since it's sudden, followed by penalty kicks, which is like almost the worst way to have to end the game, in many people's opinion, including mine.
It's a rough way to do it, but you also can't play 300 minutes. We're going to get a trip there. Unfortunate tangling of legs. Ooh.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What do we have
Maybe
here?
we don't have a trip.
We've got the replay here.
Wow. Pretty clear and obvious trip, but they don't call it. It's a throw for the Clippers. And Jake Lovern looks to have a big throw as he'll try to get it into the penalty area, and does.
That's the only obvious error I've seen so far that the two officials have made tonight. That was kind of bizarre. It was so clear from up here.
Lovern will have another opportunity on the long throw.
And we did have a good view of that.
First and second view. Thank you, Dale. Appreciate that.
Yes.
Volley here will go high and wide. That's Frank Coviello. Left-handed boot. Didn't quite get the best contact on it, but again, as we've talked about, you get time and space for a shot, pull the trigger. Walensky now with the goal kick. Long ball here. Deal looks to run on. Chase to take advantage of that first touch. He's in behind, scrapping for the ball. Played back to the keeper and cleared by Cunha. Some good tic-tac passing there by the Clippers. Now finally poked away by Caplow on that back line. And now Wallace will send it forward. That's Rolf playing it back to Cunha. Stacy now up the middle. That was for Coviello. Caplow again.
Not sure if this is actually a change from the way they were playing before, but it does look like there are 4 defensive backs. I think we may have started with 3. I'm not sure what their alignment was in the very beginning.
For the Clippers or for the Bulldogs?
For Bulldogs.
For the Bulldogs, they had 4 across the back, their normal formation.
Okay.
Yeah, Wallace usually plays that right back. Caplow and Benjamin are the center backs, and then you have Richie Black, the left back. Ament here.
Stay with it.
Jake.
Quinones tips it away from Lovern and earns the throw.
25 minutes left here.
Still 1-0. Again, Cole Deal's first half snipe from the top right box has the Bulldogs ahead 1-0.
In their game, which we've mentioned was a 2-0 win for Bedford, that was played out in Portsmouth, so we didn't have a chance to see that one. I don't know, don't really have any details that I can think of off the top of my head. I did talk to a couple people. One guy, Mr. Texera, as a matter of fact, gave me some updates on the score, but don't know what kind of a game it was. It was similar to this or not.
All right, you didn't scour the internet for game film?
No, I didn't.
Come on, Bill. We need you to do a little more research.
I'm busy doing a few other things besides sports, and except for the fact that this week it's like Sports Central. The
playoff season here as the Bulldogs have advanced in multiple sports: girls soccer, boys soccer, field hockey lost last week. We have volleyball. We have football hopefully coming up. They play their last regular season game on Friday night. Of course, BCTV will bring you that, as well as WBNH 105.1. The volleyball game will be on tomorrow. Tulin now, one-on-one move. Looked to poke it across to Grenier, but couldn't quite serve it. Now down the right side, this is Briggs-Catino, and that is deflected high and along by Colin Johnson. Deep ball here, but coming off his line is Walensky, making it a harmless approach. That was Gar Hindle with that lefty service. Looking for an oncoming striker, but no one was there. Now across the back line for the Clippers. Texiera steps up.
Bedford's had
beautiful ball for Quinones down the left wing. Looks to make a service into the box. It gets deflected and then cleared away. Wallace gets shielded, and the Clippers earn the throw.
Just trying to sneak in the comment about Walensky having 7 shutouts so far this season with the help of the rest of the Bedford defense.
Man, if that is not a commentator's curse.
Oh,
I mean,
how about if I say that the Portsmouth side had 5?
Okay, there you go. Benjamin cuts it back nicely and yields a throw rather than a corner. That exact thing happened to Steph Curry last night as he blamed one of the commentators for a completely perfect start from the foul line that was mentioned by the commentator, and he immediately missed the free throw. Now the Bulldogs clear it out. Grenier's going to chase down this left wing. He's got some speed as he comes on hard and fast. Challenging. Hobie Rolfe plays it beautifully, though.
Kept a lot of pressure on him.
There sure was.
Good effort.
Strength and poise as he shielded Grenier off. Now Tessiera to Quinones. Grenier. His volley is picked. Played deep to Amend. But back into Clipper territory by Kaplow.
Relieving the pressure for a minute, just kicking the ball out for Bedford throwing, and a couple subs coming in.
Bit of a shank there by Trevor Stacy, but again, he was relieving pressure. As you mentioned, we see some substitutions. Quinones will trot off, and that is Jacob Bielecki will come into that left side in the midfield for the Bulldogs. Tessiera up to Bielecki. Steps by the defender. Serves it in lefty. Back post. Tulane can't get ahead on it. Wallace looks to come up. Got a touch on it and deflects it out of bounds.
Example right there again of where I love to see the one attacker a little further out. They tend to wander in.
Wallace now trying to hustle back as he was pulled up into an offensive position. He plays that right back as we mentioned a few minutes ago. You like to see those outside backs pushing ahead to create those offensive opportunities, but on occasion, like we just saw there, you can get out of position. Bulldogs will have a throw, and that will be Wallace again. Just under 20 minutes to go in the second half. Bulldogs still lead 1-0 on the first half goal by Cole Deal.
Manchester Central, we just got the final score on that. Manchester Central seeded 6th, 3-1 over Central.
Good step there by Black. Comes back to Black.
BG.
But his press ahead is picked off by Stacy. Texiera now volleys ahead. Diaz. Diaz gets picked. Oh, that's Amend.
I just got that.
Amend.
Third time this evening. It's Central 3-1 over BG.
Oh boy, now we have a call here.
Penalty kick.
It is a penalty kick. That was a takedown in the penalty area. Legs got tangled up, and the Clippers will have a PK.
Mr. Bird, can you do that one more time?
I believe that was
one more look at that.
Ethan Benjamin possibly on the foul there.
Thank you. You'll see the ball head towards the goal line.
Touched through nicely.
The player touches it.
Yeah.
Excuse me, the Portsmouth player touched it through.
That's James DeDeus. And now we have a PK. Derek Walensky in goal for the Bulldogs. And this is James DeDeus, who will take the penalty kick. We hear the whistle, the approach, strike to the left corner, and we're even. Low and hard to that left corner, and Walensky didn't have a chance there, as that had some heat on it and was well placed.
There's 4 places you put the PK. All 4 far, either one of the 4 corners. There's only 4 corners. Stick it into, and that was struck so that it was virtually impossible.
New ball game here. 18:44 to go in the second half. 1-1. Cole Deal's goal in the first half. And now James DeDeus ties the game for the Clippers.
Memorial defeats Winnicott 3-0 to advance.
And that urgency and energy that we talked about coming out in the second half has rewarded the Clippers with an evener. Tulin now into the middle for Texiera.
All the Bedford soccer that I've seen, Corey, this season so far, that is the only penalty kick that I've viewed here on this field.
Tough one there. Right call, but a tough one to give up. Service here into the box. Deal gets a volley on it and is going to earn the corner.
Let's see if some momentum can turn back here for the Bedford side. Certainly Portsmouth isn't going to quit. They've got some, typically team scores like that late in the game and boosts them right up.
Texiera will take the corner, as he usually does. Bedford attackers are grouping in the penalty area, high into the right of the goalkeeper. Headed, but not on goal. Deal looks to get a shot off, can't. Black can't get. And the Bulldogs, the Clippers have a great opportunity for a counter, but his touch is too strong. Grenier is going to be called for offside, but the Bulldogs dodged a bullet there as the Clippers had numbers moving forward.
And a quick restart by Portsmouth to try to keep their momentum headed back down the other end of the field.
Grenier now left wing. Kicks ahead for Deal. Deal pushed off. But the Bulldogs will have a throw. Deal looks to throw it in. Now leaves it off for Richie Black. Black will take the throw. Finds Deal, flicks it on, but Kuna is there. And we'll wait for his defenders to clear out. Punt now. Headed forward by Black. Volleyed away. That was Coviella. And now Tavis Wallace plays it forward. A little less possession than we've seen for the Bulldogs. They're playing those long balls deep and down the wings instead of working the possession game. This is the Deus, the goal scorer for the Clippers. Chipped nicely back by Diaz to Grenier.
Portsmouth really turned the tables on us as far as ball control from the beginning of the game.
Deal uses a burst of speed. Pushed off there by Obi Rolfe as Deal was attempting to get back into a threatening scoring position.
The officials talking to, I think, both players and just telling them both to settle down.
Seemingly harmless. You know, Rolfe was just protecting his goalkeeper. Deal was making a play on the ball.
Yeah, just two players hustling hard and bumped into each other.
Under 15 to go. 1-1 is your score. Caplow volleys it. Played easily off by the aforementioned Rolfe. Tipped ahead by Benjamin to Texiera. Texiera in the middle. Recovered by Coviello, but then played away by the Bulldogs back line. Now it's Diaz moving forward again. Great hustle by Amend.
He's trying to put that ball back out to Diaz on the left wing and just didn't quite.
A little bit of a shank. Now Wallace will shield this ball out. He may have touched it over there, and he yields the throw, so seemingly did touch it. The Clippers will have a throw in. And that's Jake Lovern, who ranges over to the left side.
Got a little bit of dampness and fog rolling in here.
Beautiful night otherwise. Low 60s, high 50s perhaps. Very humid, as you can see, the mist in the air. Shot here is wide. Gar Hindle having a go from well outside of the box.
Struck well. Wide left.
Man, you sound like Scott Norwood. 13 minutes to go. Derek Walensky with the goal kick. Some more pinball action here in midfield. Diaz with the header.
Now, a lot of these first touches for Bedford haven't been the quality that they're typically able to execute consistently on the field. And Portsmouth taking advantage of that.
Can't quite make the connection in the middle there. This is Lovern. Chipped ahead. And now Grenier with the counterattack. Plays it back to Diaz. Diaz waits for reinforcements. Serves it out to the right side for Tulin, who can't bring it down.
Nice idea for Mr. Diaz there to change the field. He had the player open over there, but couldn't handle it.
Up in the middle to Honda. Lachlan Honda plays it down the right side. Too heavy is the touch, so Walensky will have another goal kick.
Just under 12 minutes, at least.
Ethan Benjamin out wide. Richie Black. Grenier taken away by Lovern. Into the middle now. And played away by Colin Johnson. Stepped forward nicely. That was Frank Coviello. Couldn't get a shot away.
Nice defense.
And now Gonzalez turns. Back to Gonzalez. Touched ahead. That's Honda again. Gonzalez. Back to Coviella. Shot here. Deflected wide. Great save by Walensky.
Portsmouth keeps putting this kind of pressure on. They're increasing their chances. That's by huge amount to change the outcome of this game suddenly.
Beautiful save by Walensky. Charlie Horgan had some space and got a great strike. Looked like it was headed for that far post, but Walensky's outstretched hands poke it away. The Clippers have a corner. This looks like Gar Hindle. Lefty in swinger, headed away.
That was a nice ball placement there. There was a Portsmouth player in perfect
Now
position.
now trouble. Bulldogs get it out of trouble, at least temporarily. Hindle now with a strike. Walensky with the save, and the follow is scored. That is Horgan. Charlie Horgan on the follow. You see Hindle's strike was saved by Walensky, and nobody came back to help out goalkeeper Derek Walensky. Charlie Horgan is there one-on-one for the easy finish. And the Clippers take the lead 2-1 with 10 minutes to go in this early first round playoff game.
Yeah, certainly that was, you had two shots. The first one, which Walensky could not grab. He had to just block it and didn't clear it out of the penalty area enough to take away that opportunity, with the Portsmouth player being right there.
And now the Clippers on the move again. Play it out wide. This is the Deus. It'll be a Clipper throw. Lovern will take the throw. You could feel the energy level of the Clippers. Each player on the field picked it up at least a notch, if not 2 or 3. And the urgency has shown now with 2 second-half goals, one by Horgan and the other by Dedeus on the PK.
Pinkerton and Portsmouth had, four ties in addition to their 8 wins, and the ties are as close as you can get to a win, so to speak. But it shows that they have the ability to win. Sometimes they can't finish, but tonight they are clicking.
Service looked into the middle, but blocked out there on the far side. I believe that was Texiera. He seems to be shaking that one off.
Portsmouth not keeping up the same pace of the game as they were, getting the throw-ins in quickly.
Walensky will come out and corral that ball. And now Walensky will punt.
Win it. You got it.
Right at midfield, brought down. Played out to the right. Tavis Wallace on the run. Plays it ahead. Cole Deal now. Deal pokes it through. Gets it across. And Kuna comes out.
Nice save.
Snatches that up.
Great timing to leave the line and dive on the ball.
Diaz was threatening there. And Deal is down on the far sideline. 7.5 to go.
And if you can quickly roll it back so we can see what occurred over there. There's just a couple Portsmouth players standing there as well, talking to him. And may have just been a twist of an ankle or something, the way he's sitting on the ground.
And at this point of the game, too, you might have some cramping issues as well. These players have been going all out.
Nice sportsmanship being exhibited over there with the Portsmouth player, even helping him up.
Looks to Be a lower leg type injury, perhaps calf cramp and a sprained ankle. Maybe he rolled it over. We won't speculate too much though, but he doesn't seem too worse for the wear as he's able to walk off under his own power. Noticeable limp, but we'll see if Cole Deal makes a return to the game. 2-1 is your score. Early goal by Bedford's Cole Deal put the Bulldogs up with a lot of time left in the first half. It was only 5 minutes into the game. Clipper goals by James DeDeus and Charlie Horgan in the second half have put the Clippers up 2-1. Bielecki scraps for it, wins it momentarily, but then won back by Gonzalez. Played wide. Tulin steps in to take control for Bedford.
Come on, Portsmouth, step it up!
Texiera now.
Somebody step up!
And now we see a bit of energy shift back in Bedford's favor as the urgency is setting in for them. Wallace now looks to move one-on-one on the far sideline, but that goes out of bounds.
Second game down in Nashua. I'm not positive if this is a final score, but 4-2 Nashua South over Spalding. Number 2 seed and 15.
Let's go, White! Come on!
No surprise there, actually.
Win it!
A little surprised they've yielded 2 goals, though. At least I find that surprising.
Get back, White! Get back and turn around!
Kick here earned by the Bulldogs. Played deep.
Nice job, Hobie. Hobie, step up!
Grenier can't make the turn. That's played out by Coviello. And then Richie Black's volley will go over the far sideline.
The Nashua South Spalding game actually is still has another 23 minutes left to play.
Dipping under 6 minutes here. 2-1 is your score. Portsmouth Clippers are in the lead.
Just had the stock. The clock was just stopped momentarily.
Capello turns outside, earns a goal kick.
Nice play. I think he's calling it. He may want to be sub for.
I think he was calling for a ball so they could restart quickly. Walensky observes. Out right to Capello.
Play there.
Tavis Wallace now loses it. Played into the middle, deflected by Capello and played long by Capello. Stepping across is Trevor Stacy. Now Stacy makes a move into the middle. His pass is deflected, but they get it wide now. Bielecki can't handle that. Tyler Wilson and Lovern talk about who will throw, and Lovern will take it.
Hey, run the clock!
We've dipped under 5 minutes, so the clock does stop. It will be handled on the field. 2-1 is your score. The Clippers in the lead.
Hey, you may have heard from one of the fans down here, a Portsmouth fan yelled, "Run the clock." They're not aware that 5 minutes is kept by the officials. The stadium clock stops the second half at 5.
And now Grenier goes down on the far sideline. He's going to need a substitution. He seems to have been favoring maybe his right leg, calf, ankle for much of the second half. So we'll see a substitution for him. Throw in now for the Clippers. Coviello plays it wide. Picked there by Bielecki. Poked wide. Ethan Benjamin challenges. Bielecki sees it out and takes the throw. Diaz. That's Trevor Stacy now for the Clippers. Lovern. His pass is deflected. Texiera. And now played up by Gar Hindle.
Somebody step up, somebody step up.
Bielecki now down the left wing.
Jake, don't lose that.
Looking to earn the corner, but gets a throw instead. As Lovern there played nicely. Texiera, nifty move, tried to get to his left leg. And we're going to get a free kick for Bedford. It was just outside of the box. Jeez, that looked like it was very close to the penalty area. Let's see on the replay. And that foul was on or just outside of the line. Diaz puts it just a yard outside of the penalty box. And Tulin and Diaz will stand over it. The wall,
I'd say
it's
it's
to Cuna's right.
good call, and the ball placement as well, probably correct to give a penalty kick, because that's what it would have had to have been if it was inside the box.
Tulin now approaches, tips it sideways. Diaz's shot is shanked.
You don't see that in these Bulldog boys very often.
Wasn't sure if Diaz was ready for that, or maybe wanted it a little bit more firmly out in front of him, but his approach off of the tap from Tulin was rushed and evident from his strike on the ball, as it was way out to the right of the goal. Trevor Stacy plays it long. Walensky comes out, rolls it out to his left to Black.
Last 10 to 15 minutes, Corey, the Bedford boys just don't see quite as sharp and as they have been.
Diaz plays it back to Texiera. His pass in the middle gets deflected. Bielecki now, lefty, plays it out in front. Opportunity is kicked away. Ball goes out over the sideline as Tyler Wilson was there. You see here on the replay, Bielecki plays it in the middle. That ball was just sitting right out in front of the goal, but no Bedford attackers were close enough to get a foot on it. Bielecki now. Benjamin, another Bedford throw. Bielecki plays it, throws it down, and that will be a goal kick.
Bedford player makes it.
Griffin Middleton trying to run onto that one.
Easy to get the ball back into play. Let's see if we get the cooperation from the Portsmouth player.
Time again being held on the field. The Bulldogs trail 2-1 in this first round playoff matchup. Inside 5 minutes, and the Clippers are content to play those long balls. Walensky.
Best guesses are probably about 30 seconds left, Corey.
Can't be much time at this point. Benjamin now, far side. Cannot connect with Tulin. Clippers players, I'm sure, will be happy to take their time on this throw.
I think we're just about at the end of regulation time here.
Gotta be close. Amend now will look for possession. Plays it near side. This is Gonzalez. And now to Tyler Wilson. Played out of bounds by Eli Caplow. Clippers with the throw in. Waning moments here, perhaps in the Bulldogs season, as they trail the Clippers 2-1. Portsmouth second half goals by James DeDeus, and there it is. Final whistles blow. We hear 3 toots. And the Bulldogs season is over. James DeDeus on the PK, followed by Charlie Horgan's strike from the top right of the box. Put the Clippers ahead 2-1. About half, well, it was about 16 minutes left in the second half. And the Bulldogs will suffer a disappointing defeat in the first round of the playoffs here in Division I soccer action.
Yeah, disappointing. They've had a fantastic season last year, not making the playoffs at all, and then finishing with the 11-5 record before this, going into this first round. 8-9 game match. I mean, I know I know Lauren, when he sat beside me, and I think you feel the same way, that it really is a tough one. It's a toss-up. And in this case, I really thought Bedford probably had played better previously from what I've seen. But tonight, honestly, Portsmouth, they came out at the half, and they were like a totally different team, and then did what they had to do. And honestly, I'm happy that even though it was a good call on the penalty kick, that Portsmouth did get another clean, nice goal. That was a beautiful goal, one of the best we've seen all season, I think. So, not that it makes it any easier to lose, but hey, there's next year for all but I think 5 or 6 of these young men.
Not many seniors on the Bulldogs staff. They had a rebuilding year last year, as you mentioned. Didn't quite make the playoffs. Suffered their lumps and bruises through a tough season. This year, they came in with a record of 11-5 and can't get out of the first round with that 8 seed. Thank you again to the BCTV crew. Appreciate Andrew Fenn here on camera. Dale Bird back in the studio doing replays. A disappointing loss for the Bedford Bulldogs as they lose to the visiting Portsmouth Clippers 2-1. Good luck to the Clippers the rest of the way in the playoffs. And we'll join you tomorrow evening as we'll bring you the volleyball game. First round playoff action for the girls volleyball Bedford squad. And then again on Friday evening, we will bring you Bedford's last regular season game for the football squad as they host the Merrimack Tomahawks.
And prior to that football game, the girls play.
And the girls will play Friday afternoon at 3 p.m. Bill Klein will be bringing you that action with Lauren Fox. So a lot of action going on here this week in playoff action for the Bedford Bulldogs athletic program. Good luck to all those teams. Again, good luck to the Clippers as they will take on Wyndham on Sunday, 2 p.m. For Bill Klein, I'm Corey Munster-Tiger. Have a great evening.